This is called the hit manga that vanished from history, which I'm very interested on.
Some stories leave an indelible mark, staying in the spotlight of culture for decades, constantly referenced and celebrated. But others, even after achieving—
Dude, I fucking love this upgrade to his channel. This shit looks so cool. Because I was wondering, the last time I reacted to him, this last section I reacted to him, right? I couldn't tell if his avatar thing was a mask or if that was the face. This is awesome, bro. Upgraded his animation budget to fucking 10 times. And this is something that you learn as a creator, that you start to get better and start doing cooler shit the further you progress. I like almost stuttered. The further you progressed, and it adds to who you are. Like I look back at like my videos. I was doing a video on Fear 3. I was making my video on Fear 3, and I went to watch my Fear 2 video, which is kind of ass. Not gonna lie, kind of ass. And I remember thinking I cooked with that video. And not to say that his old videos are ass, but like just the small improvements you make in that last video I will listen to him was like from like April of last year, right? And this is from shit. Well, what is it? Like January? This is from January, and so just that jump, not even a full year, he's gotten this much fucking progression. Now, I haven't watched all of his shit between then to see this whole progression, but this is fucking awesome and admirable. And this is something I want to tell every creator out there. Your goal with every project, whether you're making a comic, whether you're making YouTube, whether you're doing anything, and I know this is going to sound kind of fucking stupid coming from a guy who's literally reacting to some stuff that other people make, but check out my Friday videos. My Friday videos are my own original content that I'm slowly getting better with each video adaptation at a time. But you look at like the point that what you want to do with your next video. I want to do one thing better. I want to try one new thing. Now, I don't always progress instantly with every video. Sometimes I cook a lot harder with others depending on what ideas I have, but I try to at least get my flow a little better. I'm bringing up better topics about the game. I'm making sure that I have better flowing jokes. I'm adding in better edits. I want to try to get a little better. I mean, even why I'm doing this is because I looked at the algorithm, said, oh, this is what other people are doing. Getting more exposure to your channel will bring more viewers to your channel, so they actually see the stuff that you kind of consider your art. So you try new things, you keep amplifying. So big ups to you, dude. Big ups to fucking the masked man right here for improving as a content creator.
incredible success seemed to vanish, slipping away from public memory. One such manga sold over 23 million copies, yet today it's rarely brought up in discussions. Not long ago, I was chatting with friends and asked, what's a series you think has completely disappeared from history? Without hesitation, someone said Zatch Bell, and just like that, a rush of memories hit everyone else in the call. They all agreed. This manga was a phenomenon that time forgot. Then they told me you have to make a video on it or else. Before disappearing like Joel Embiid in the playoffs, Zatch Bell had a run that made waves. The original manga series created by Makoto Raikou ran from 2001 to 2007, with 323 chapters, while the anime aired from 2003 to 06, with a total of 150 episodes. Out of those, 139 stayed almost exactly true to the manga, until the story took a different turn towards the end. It even had video games for the Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, and GameCube. Feeling old yet? By 2008, it had sold a massive 22 million copies, and by 2017, that number had slowly climbed to 23.8 million. It's probably even higher now. But what made this series so beloved in the early 2000s? The story follows two main characters, Kiyomaru, a super genius middle school loner, and Zatch Bell. In the manga, he's called Gash, but I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, or if it's just a mistranslation, kind of like Guts with the Big Sword Man. Although it just dawned on me that it could have just been changed for English audiences, since Gash sounds a little bloody. So for the sake of this video, I'll stick to calling him Zatch. This little bundle of joy was found wounded in the forest, with no recollection of who he is, and is sent to Kiyomaru by his father in the hopes to help guide Kiyomaru through life, and so that his son can figure out the context of this mysterious red book, which he can't be bothered with. I have a son named Kiyomaru. It seems that recently he's become a sissy due to his intelligence. Can you help him no longer be a—
Dude, quit being a bitch, bro. Get off of those fucking books, dog. Dude, I swear to God, dude, my stupid ass ex-wife, she won the kids in the dispute, bro, and all she be doing is just shoving that kid books, dude. He doesn't go outside. He's a little pussy ass bitch. You need to strengthen that motherfucker up. Dude has no fucking strong penis energy. He has small limp energy. We need to boost his numbers up. He needs to get some bitches. He needs to get some pussy. He needs to find out where the mysterious clit is that no one believes exists except for me. I believe it exists.
A sissy? Yes. By the way, that's real dialogue from.
As someone who learning
Base, dude, that's good dialogue. Bro was watching the right type of YouTube feed. The bro ended up on my streams where I'm like, stop being a little bitch, go fishing, go hunting, shoot some fucking guns, be a man. Bro was watching my content.
Yes. By the way, that's real dialogue from the first 5 pages. Zatch can do a lot of things: inspire Kiyomaru to make friends, rock a duffel bag as his go-to outfit, and oh yeah, shoot the wrath of Zeus out of his mouth. He's a creature known as a Mamodo, hailing from the demon realm, and every 1,000 years, 100 of these beings are summoned to participate in a grand battle royale to determine the next demon king. Here's the twist: each Mamodo needs a human partner to unlock their powers. The more they fight and bond with their human, the stronger they become, unlocking new abilities along the way. It's kind of like Pokémon. Don't believe me? Well, Zatch here is basically an electric type.
This feels more like Fate, dude. This feels more like Fate than Pokemon.
And there are 2 ways to beat a Mamodo. Either you burn their book, which sends them back to the demon realm, separating the book holder and the Mamodo, or you beat them to death. This series screams 2000s battle shonen, and that's not an insult.
Let's go, dude. Beat him to death. I'm just gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna punch you in the pussy. I'm gonna punch you in the balls. Balls, pussy, balls, punch.
The humor, the willpower of the main characters, the music, and the voice actor for Zatch in the English dub is Jimmy Neutron. It takes you back to when you would record Soulja Boy songs.
Dude, that edit is fucking savage. Let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. I fucking love that, dude. The dude has some fucking edge. I knew I liked this motherfucker. I knew that this motherfucker was telling people to have a coke and a smile and to shut the fuck up. Go ahead and bring my name up on Twitter, you motherfucker. I will cook you, bitch. I will just keep making content. I will keep making content and cooking because I got some edge, motherfucker. I love this. I love having a little bit of edge. I love that the jokes are flying in, dude. I graft more. You can do a beautiful video like the last one you did, right? Where it's like fucking glorious and then there's other words but glorious. Or you can just come out here and just have fucking memes and shit pop up randomly where it's like savage as fuck. Love this.
Songs on your DS so you could listen to them later. While it doesn't reinvent the wheel in terms of story beats, I can confidently say that Zatch Bell holds its own against shonen heavyweights of that era like Naruto, Bleach, Siren, and Gintama. Oh, but surely that's just nostalgia, you say? Nope. I discovered this series only 2 months ago. At first, I thought the praise was just people clinging to their memories from their Beyblade playing days, but as I read more, it became clear. This story gets better and better as it progresses. While it does take a little time to hit its stride, Zatch Bell is a quick and satisfying read, perfect for binging. The anime has its charm, but as with most shonen of that time, with Gintama being the glaring exception, the manga's pacing is leagues better. The premise is perfect for the era, with a villain of the week formula that works naturally within its world, and then changes to something far better. Alliances and rivalries feel earned, shaped by the convictions of the characters that they then reveal in battle. And at the core of it is Zatch himself, striving to become a kind-hearted demon king, a goal that sets the tone for the series' mix of action and heart. Kiyomaru creates a fantastic dynamic with Zatch, with both aiding each other's growth. Zatch, for the most part, is like Luffy, a character who matures and progresses, but remains fundamentally the same at their core. Kiyomaru, however, undergoes substantial change, evolving into someone who can inspire others in his own right, and we get to witness that transformation firsthand. All that bullshit was to basically say it's hype. In terms of comedy, Kiyomaru often plays the straight man to Zatch's antics, occasionally using his brains to bail him out of trouble, since Zatch is a bit dumb and naive at times. But what kind of asshole gets mad at a child for behaving like a child in an anime?
These bitches are dumb! They're just dumb! I just don't.
While the humor overall...
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, there was a show I was watching recently called RE0, right? And I'm the first like fucking 10 episodes or something. I don't know. There's like 6 episodes. I don't know, dude. There's like a stretch there. Like it starts off pretty solid, and then there's a middle stretch in the first season, dude, where I just wanted to take the fucking main character's head and twist that cocksucker off, dude. I wanted to twist that bitch so hard that his balls would fall off. His balls would shoot in different directions, and his penis would fire off like Elon Musk's rocket ship. But unlike Elon Musk rocket shit, they were never coming back. I fucking hated that dude. And I actually took a break from it and left for a long time because he was just such an insufferable cunt. And then I came back and it was pretty good, dude. It was like, oh, dude, he got through his shit. He stopped being a pussy. He stopped being an annoying little twink. He figured his shit out, and I like that. So there's a lot of times where I will find, there is only one character, though, that I find so insufferable. And we're watching a fucking manga thing. We're doing some weeb stuff, so you know I'm gonna say it. Naruto is a fucking stupid bitch. Naruto fucking sucks. Naruto deserves to get hit by a bus. Fuck Naruto. That dude's fucking lame. Cringe. Piece of shit. I fucking hate Naruto.
Overall becomes less frequent, especially by the final arc. Other characters maintain the series' lighthearted tone. The duo complements each other perfectly. Zatch's strong-headed determination pushes Kiyomaru to make tough decisions and persevere, while Kiyomaru's strategies help them overcome opponents where brute strength alone won't cut it. Admittedly, the fights can start to feel formulaic, and you may even predict some outcomes, but each battle still manages to land, with the standout fights, especially involving key characters, becoming some of my all-time favorites. As the series progresses, the supporting cast gets more opportunities to shine. Whether it's Kanchome and Fulgore, Tia and Megami, or my personal favorites, there's plenty of character moments to appreciate. And yes, you can probably guess my favorite. Is it the horse, the Yu Yu Hakusho lookalike, or the edgy bastard? Joke's on you, it's all three, but yeah, Brago takes the crown. The cast isn't quite on the...
I gotta say, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, another anime that I think is fucking garbage. I watched like the first few seasons. I was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild while just binge watching it, and I fucking hated that show. Didn't hate it. It's not terrible. It's fine. It has some good moments, but there's just so much better content out there, and the weird got me. It just like, I feel like it jumps the shark really hard at like a certain point and then goes into before. It's like, I don't know, the season where they're just kind of fucking roaming around town and like one of them has bad teeth and he eats food and he's spitting teeth out. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I can't do this anymore. And I was out ski, bro.
The level of Ippo or Gintama, though in fairness those series are much longer, but I was pleasantly surprised by how often characters are brought back into the story and remain integral, even through the grand finale. And of course, the power of friendship is strong with this one. It works well in Zatch Bell though, since the power and spells come directly from the user's emotions. At least there's some logic behind these second wind moments in battles, which is so frequent in that type of series, especially during that time. Eventually, these mysterious stone tablets are found, and the revelation of an exact copy of Zatch is out there causing mayhem. Everybody's favorite trope, the main character but better and stronger because he's evil. I wonder if the opposite's ever been done. Like, it's just like, the evil version pops up, but he just sucks, and he's nowhere near as good, like, at all.
Yeah, dude, that happened in One Piece. There was, like, the fat One Piece guy that was, like, evil and sucked. The fat Luffy, whatever that dude's name was. There was, like, fat Luffy and, like, cringe fucking Chomper and, like, gay cringe fucking Usopp. I don't know, dude. They all sucked, but yeah, they got their asses kicked, but they were evil. That's the opposite.
Well, there is Dark Souls 2. Listen, I don't give a fuck how many videos come out saying that it's good. That genjutsu will not work on me. I apologize. Anyways, this actually ends up being my favorite villain in the series and builds up the mystery to Zatch and his origins, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The first 100 chapters, while fun, pale in comparison to what comes after. As more Mamodo are eliminated, the stakes rise. The opponents grow stronger and the outcomes of the fights shift from predictable victories to gut-wrenching losses. That said, if there is one gripe I have, it's the plot armor. Sure, every series has some, but in Zatch Bell, it happens often enough to stretch my suspension of disbelief into full-blown disbelief, especially when the final antagonist shows up and you start thinking, why didn't they just appear earlier and wipe everyone out by episode 6? But we'll get to that later. It isn't something that makes the series fall apart, but it's something I picked up on. Maybe it's a nitpick, but oh well. I wish I could speak more to the influence and impact this series had, since others such as Bleach, Kenshin, Fist of the North Star have been directly cited as inspirations for super successful anime and manga that came after. but I couldn't find anything in regards to popular manga that were inspired by Zatch Bell. While I don't deny the possibility, I also don't want to make any cheap connections. If there are any manga that you know that were inspired by Zatch Bell, please let me know in the comments. And if you like the production of—
Dude, I'll do it. Fucking the Fate series. I don't know if they were like written at the same time or some shit. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just gonna say shit. I'm gonna make uneducated fucking guesses. I'm gonna be over here just shooting milk out of my nipples. Shots in the dark, shots in the dark. We'd like to drink milk here. Shots in the dark.
the video, a like and subscribe would be awesome. I do believe, however, the series benefits from new ones that take clear inspiration, since even though it won't move the needle enough to make it trending again, having it referenced or mentioned will only bring a new set of eyes to something of the past. The lack of that and the lack of any real successful franchising past the PS2 era could very well explain why the series has sort of faded into obscurity. It could easily be made into a good RPG type of video game, but anime games are failing enough with far more popular IPs. It's almost like people are tired of jank arena fighters. But without a doubt, I think the anime needs a remake. I'm sure the anime is near and dear to the hearts of those who watched it as a kid, but it isn't an adaptation that enhances—
I swear to God, if this gets a fucking remake before Berserk, I'll be pissed. This looks fine, dude. I would watch this. It would be something that I'd put on like Fairy Tail, where I just don't really care, but I watch it anyways. It would be in the same realm. It's something like I could fall asleep to, wake up fucking 15 episodes in, and be like, dude, what the fuck happened? But if this gets remade before Berserk actually gets a good adaptation, I will be fucking big mad.
Enhances the source material enough to be mentioned frequently with other successful or groundbreaking works of animation during that time, before or after even, that still get mentioned often to this day. Manga sale-wise, while having an impressive number, sits around the realm of Magi, The Gray Man, Fire Force, Kaguya-sama, Sosa no Furen, and even other very well-known series held in high regard such as Neon Genesis and Ashita no Joe. Magi and The Gray Man are two series that also suffer from their anime, while the others I mentioned are not only far more recent, but some of them had super successful or even culturally impactful anime that have transcended time. Zatch Bell, much like Magi and The Gray Man, doesn't have the recency or the timeless adaptation that replaces the manga. By the way, to clarify, so that there isn't any misunderstanding, I don't think the Magi anime is bad at all. We've been waiting for a season 3 for how long now? But yeah, there is a sequel series actually going on right now for Zatch Bell, and it has been since 2022 with 27 chapters, and I haven't heard a single damn thing about it. Well, makes sense, I hardly hear anything about the original series as is. It is a product of its time, but it shouldn't be dismissed. It's a great product of its time, especially once the main antagonists of the series come and make their mark. So if you were on the fence about starting this, do it. This is your warning to maybe check out this video instead if you don't want any major spoilers for the second half of the story. It seems the story has 3 major arcs and a bunch of mini arcs in between where it focuses on different characters, but the primary 3 are the Ancient Mamodo arc, the Faudo arc, and the Clear No arc. These 3 are where the series is at its best, most intense and most personal. Just a reminder, Mamodo are demons, so not all of them look like humans and animals. Some of them look and behave like actual demons.
That's fucking savage looking, dude. That looks so sick. God damn, that pulled out all the brakes, dude. That pulled out all the fucking brakes. That's so cool. I love me a good demon, bro. I love me a good demon. Ah, that's a good looking demon, bro. That's a good looking fucking demon. I want to like put things in that hole. Look, it's got 4 holes for all 4 of my dicks.
Demons, who would have guessed? But all 3 of the arcs mentioned above are some of the best in the demographic, especially Ancient Mamodo and Faudo. Remember the stone tablets I mentioned earlier? Those contain the spirits of Mamodo that fought in the Battle Royale tournament 1,000 years ago, and are being used by Zophis, one of the 3 major villains in Zatch Bell. And I'm not sure if I have them second or third, for sure not first since we will get into that character in a sec, but Zophis has the ability to control and manipulate the hearts of others, which explains this entire fiasco. And an easily hateable antagonist, and has a personal conflict with Sherry and Brago, since the person that commands Zophis' book is Coco, the long-lost childhood friend of Sherry. You gotta love—
Yeah, every time he brings up the tablets, I know I'm pausing again, and that pisses people off. Go fuck yourself. But every time he brings up the tablets, I think about that shitty ass fucking Yu-Gi-Oh arc where they're in Egypt. I think maybe that's my problem with Egypt, because this has been a thing that I've been asked about. I will make a video, and it'll have an Egypt level, and I will fucking hate the shit out of it. I will go fucking, fuck Egypt, dude. Egypt's fucking cringe. Why do they always go to Egypt? Because I'm so sick of just like, we're out of ideas. Fucking send them to Egypt. It's like when they send them to fucking space, dude. It's like, Jason killed people in New York. Jason killed people in Egypt. But have you seen Jason kill people in space? I don't know if Jason killed anybody in Egypt. I'm not like the biggest fucking Jason stan, but I just know that Egypt and space are like the easiest scapegoats. Well, that and the hood. But it's like, I always get so annoyed with it. I always get so fucking annoyed when I get sent to... It's like video games and anime's fucking scapegoat. It's like, oh, where else do we go? Let's just fucking send them to Egypt. God, I fucking hate that.
Of 2000 shonen, nothing overly complicated, just hard-hitting backstories that do the trick every single time. The other characters that are brought together to form a team against Zophis are given shine, but Sherry and her dynamic with Brago elevated them to my favorite characters on the protagonist side, with the exception of Zatch and Kiyomaru. This series is never dull, and this arc is probably the best example of how good the action is, along with the next major arc, the Faudo arc. This is my favorite arc where Zatch's twin brother Zeno steps into play. The previous arc, Ancient Mamodo, had a lot of great moments for the other characters, and had more moving parts involved, but Faudo is extremely personal. What you need to know about Zeno is he is a fucking hater. He despises how Zatch was given the gift of Baozakeru, the power of their father, while Zeno was forced to train and suffer. Classic case of sibling rivalry and envy. So Shiny Form over here needs to prove that he is the superior brother who deserved the power, and Zatch is simply a naive moron with a goal that cannot be possible. Zatch is pushed to his absolute limit in this fight, using the special power inherited by his father, and it almost consumes him completely. But when trying again, he's able to master it, and that's when it's revealed why Zeno wasn't given the power. Zatch's heart could withstand it, but someone like Zeno who was born with too much hatred would have been destroyed. Could the father have just communicated this and avoided the whole damn conflict? Yes, but hey, forget about it. It really is an amazing showdown between Zatch and Kiyomaru versus Zeno and Dufort, and a giant demon which threatens to destroy Japan if they don't stop it in time. The giant demon being called Faudo, hence the name of the arc.
I do want to say it's super fucking funny that like so many 2000s. So you have Pokemon, obviously. Then you had Bakugan and Digimon, and then Beyblade, and then on top of that, you had fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And this shit, and then it was all just like, let's summon a bunch of shit. Let's just have something where we're controlling, where it's like, we're playing a video game. I mean, yeah, we kind of have that same problem with like isekais now, but Jesus Christ, dude. Everything in the 2000s was like, let's just fucking have some, everybody's got a creature, and then the creatures fight, dude. That's what we're going to do. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. I think a lot of the IPs out of this were actually pretty solid, and this seems way better than Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon fan. I think it's okay. I never really watched it much as a kid. I watched it sometimes. I watched it until, like, Brock left, I think. There was something about, like, Ash and Brock. Not everybody went different ways, and I was like, I'm fucking out, dude. I don't care anymore. Yeah, but, yeah, dude, it was just kind of like this era was, like, should have been my era, like, where I would remember it, but when I was watching this, I feel like I was missing out because there was shit like Yu Yu Hakusho, and I would have actually not stopped watching this shit. And well, I mean, it kind of like made me evolve as a person because I watched a bunch of other like old movies and stuff, and then ran out of shit to watch because of all the fucking terrible writing in the Hollywood movie industry anymore. And now I'm watching anime like a fucking goon. But it's like now it's like I have all this and I'm retroactively watching all this, and it's like, oh, I watched some of this in my time, watched some of this, found out that when I watched this as a kid it wasn't that good. I'm looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a soft place in my heart for it, but the shit's kind of mid. It's still better than Naruto. Naruto can go fuck itself. But you look at like a lot of this stuff and it's kind of formulaic, and here's creature, go fight him, done. It's just something I picked up on while watching this.
This realization is a heartfelt moment and displays the series' strengths once again. I was a bit surprised the Zeno fight happened when there was still like 100 chapters left in the manga, and how could the series make things more emotionally captivating when the two previous antagonists were super personal? This is where we reach the Clear No arc. This was the villain I was talking about having a bit trouble making sense of, since I don't necessarily have an issue with the backstory and the motivation, although it is a bit lacking, not in terms of creating stakes, since he wants to completely eliminate the souls of all the previously defeated Mamodo, and by this point many near and dear have been lost, but he really just feels like this grand imposing obstacle that needs to exist. But had he chosen to act earlier, it would have been game over and nothing would have stopped him. His existence felt like it needed far more build-up than we got, especially compared to someone like Zeno. Still, the arc itself is incredible with the tension given what is at stake, and the introduction of not just Clear Note but also Gorm, a teleporting jump scare. So the duo of someone who can jump in and out at any moment, and the other who can negate powers ends up being deadly. But even though I don't find Clear to be as good as Zeno was, it's undeniable the person demands attention. It's like the final boss in an RPG game. You go from fighting local beasts and sorcerers to evil god cosmic Megadeth.
Dude, shut the fuck up, Nate. Nobody cares what you think. You don't like this? You don't like this? I'm gonna keep watching it. I got fucking... You fucking link me a video that's better than this and I'll watch it, Nate, you fucking clown.
I mean, look at this final form. Tell me when you started the series you expected something like this to pop up. And it takes an effort from everyone to cross the finish line, only raising the stakes more and more.
Dude, has chat read that? Has chat read or watched this? Because like I'm on the point here where I'm watching this fucking lore breakdown and I'm thinking this is fucking mid. I'm thinking this is fucking mid, dude. This doesn't look terrible. This is fucking like midder to midderson though. This is something that I feel like would be like, okay, existing, because there's a lot of gripes and he acted like it was super fucking peak and deserves like another chance, but I'm seeing it as like a product of its time. It's like Digimon with Fate had a baby by butt sex, which is impossible, right? I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is I don't know.
Or as every life is put on the line. The ultimate clash to determine the fate of every character we have known and the title of Demon King. And Zatch is able to come out on top through sheer determination, and even though it is a meme, yes, because of the friends he made along the way and the power of friendship. But, like all good things, it must come to an end. Having Zatch return to the demon realm and the two partners have to say goodbye was not what I was expecting at all. It was an emotional end to a series full of defeats and triumphs. The heart and resilience of the characters is infectious, and once it's all over, it gives you that same feeling when you beat your first Pokemon game, when you finished your first long anime.
Never fucking beat a Pokemon game. Never going to. I fucking hate turn-based combat. It's for fucking weirdos. Okay, if you like turn-based combat, that's fine. That just makes you fucking cringe and weird, but hey, man, we're all a little cringe and weird. It happens, dude. It happens. You'll be jerking off in the shower one day, and your wife opens the door, and you spray her down like a fucking fire hose. It happens, bro. Well, what are you gonna do about it? Well, it's just how we are.
Saying goodbye to that friend that you made on vacation and never saw again. I'm sure many of you who are watching this video watched it at a time in their life when things were much more simple. But even someone like me who just recently gave it a shot, that nostalgic feeling punched me in the face. It's a damn shame that this series isn't brought up more, since the way it executes highly on all of those things from 2000 shonen we grew up on, with its great ending, makes it timeless.
Solid video. Had some decent jokes. Got a little boring toward the end there. Not really boring. It's just kind of like I wasn't that interested into this manga. I think that it's a product of its time and it needs to fucking stay there.